minutes until my mom joins because I know that she's going to want to take the class. So we'll wait a couple more minutes. You can go ahead and just continue listening. Today we're going to work a little bit on a mantra while we're doing our breath, which is Sat Nam. And Sat Nam in yoga, especially in Kundalini yoga, means your true self. And your true self can be whatever you decide it is. You don't have to have an answer. You can just kind of sit with the question during the class, what is my true self? And just see what comes up while you're repeating the mantra of Sat Nam. And so it's nice because it brings you back from getting distracted. If you notice that you're getting distracted, just come back to, as you inhale, saying Sat in your head, and as you exhale, saying Nam in your head. So we're going to start with this really simple meditation, and it's just inhaling Sat and exhaling Nam, and allowing those words to just kind of help you get all other thoughts out of your head so that you can just concentrate on being where you are. Let's see if it works. And just stay with the question, what is my true self? Inhaling Sat, exhaling Nam. And notice when you get distracted or when you move away from it, and in that moment, move back to it. So as we breathe in Sat, we're going to lift the perineum, and as we exhale Nam, we're going to release back down into the ground. So as you lift your perineum, notice if you're squeezing your gluteus muscles as well. At first, that's normal because everything contracts in the base of the body and everything releases. But at some point, you can try to release the gluteus muscles and just isolate the muscles surrounding the perineum. And see if you can make this movement as focused and as isolated as possible. Inhaling, lifting. And exhaling, releasing. Inhaling Sat. And exhaling Nam. One last time, just the perineum. And now we're going to add our belly button. So inhaling, lifting the perineum, and then bringing your belly button back and lifting it as well. Exhaling, releasing the stomach and releasing the perineum. Doing these two at the same time is called Mula Bandha. The perineum and the belly button area are two bandhas. And as we lift them together, we create Mula Bandha. Inhaling Sat. Exhaling and releasing Nam. So part of the significance of Sat Nam is the yin yang within us. Sat is obviously very yang and very active, and Nam is very yin and very passive. So see if you can balance these two. Inhale, activating, and exhale, really relaxing. Now we're going to add the last third bandha, third energetic closure. Inhale, lifting the perineum, lifting the belly button, backing up, and now take your chin backing up and lift it as well. Exhale, releasing the neck muscles, releasing the stomach, releasing the perineum. Inhale, bringing the energy up. And exhale, letting the energy drop back down. As you inhale, if you can get the energy to go all the way out the top of your head, and as you exhale, if you can feel the energy dropping all the way down into the ground. With this last inhalation, we're going to sustain the air inside for as long as you'd like. When you feel like you begin to grip, then go ahead and let it go. Perineum, belly button, chin, lifting out the top of the head. And when it's been enough for you, exhale and release everything. So this is the base of a really interesting meditation or mantra or whatever you want to call it, which is the Sat Nam mantra. So we're going to take our arms up, and what we're going to do is we're going to do the same thing. Perineum, belly button in and up, chin in and up, and we're going to take our shoulders up to our ears, and we're going to really lengthen everything up to the sky as much as we possibly can with the inhalation. And as we exhale, we're going to let our shoulders drop with everything else. Inhaling Sat. And exhaling Nam. Oh, you can cross your fingers. Sorry, I forgot to say that. Cross your fingers except for your index finger, which is straight up to the sky. Keep repeating Sat Nam in your head, and go ahead and find a rhythm that gives you energy. Lengthening and releasing. Sat Nam. 10 more. Feel how your energy lifts and releases. And at the end of the last one, sustain the air inside, lifting the perineum, lifting the belly button, lifting the chin, lifting the shoulders, lifting the hands. Take the energy out the top of the head. And now you're going to exhale all the air out of your body. And again, you're going to do the same lift without any air in your body. Exhale, exhale, exhale until every last drop of air is out of the body. And again, lift the perineum, the belly button, and the chin, and the hands, and the shoulders, everything you can. And release. Take a moment to close your eyes and just observe any effects on your body. You can observe the blood running down your arms. Observe any place where there's vibration. Any place where there's heat. Any place where there's cold. Any pulsation in the body. So we have a really strong sensation right now of our axis, because that's what we've been doing, is just going up and down our axis up until now. So now we're going to twist around this axis, but really make sure that your axis stays intact and that you're moving directly around this axis. We're really working from the very core of the body here. So you're going to take your right hand and face it upwards, your left hand facing downwards, and just clasp the fingers together. And allow your hands to drop a little lower than your chest. If you want, you can roll your shoulders down and back to make sure that your upper body's nice and open. If you feel it all rounded in your lower back, add pillows and sit up a little bit higher so that your spine is really long and you have a really strong axis. And we're just going to go right around our axis, inhaling a little bit to the left and exhaling a little bit to the right. Inhaling Sat, exhaling Nam. Without forcing it at all, just allow your body to move gently right around your axis. And find a rhythm that works for you, a rhythm that gives you energy, the rhythm that your momentum is moving your body without having to use any force. Notice what part of your spinal column is moving freely, what part of your spinal column has a harder time entering into the movement. And just begin to observe whatever sensations come up and see if you can observe them without judging them. Just allow them to be there. Accompany the sensations. Just feel the energy as it's accumulating in different parts of the body. And we'll do 10 more. Inhale, sustain, pulling slightly apart the hands, lifting the perineum, the belly button, and the chin, energy coming out the top of your head. And when you begin to feel like you're gripping rather than holding the air in, exhale and release all of the energy back down into the ground. Exhale, relax the mouth and the tongue. Release your shoulders and the weight of your arms. Soften your chest. Exhale, relax the belly. Just drop the weight of your pelvis into the ground. you want, you can cross your other leg in front now, if you feel the need to switch legs. And we're going to do kind of the culmination of all of these poses together. So we're going to bring our arms up again, cross the other fingers in front, lift the index finger only, and we're going to stay right on our axis and just twist from our axis, inhaling to the left, exhaling to the right. It's probably going to be a little faster because you're really staying in your center, in your core. If you have any lower back pain at all, sit on more cushions. Elevate yourself more. If you just have accumulation of energy, that's okay. There's a difference between accumulation of energy and acute pain. Notice the difference between the two of those. Find a rhythm that works for you. If my rhythm is too fast, you can slow down. You don't have to do my rhythm. Just coordinate the rhythm with your breath. Last 10. Inhale, sustain, and hug your head with your arms, lifting your bandhas. And again, we're going to exhale all of the air out of the body and sustain without air, lifting your bandhas. When it's been enough, take a deep breath, and as you exhale, release and observe how the exercise affects your body. This moment of observation is just as important as doing the exercise. One last exercise, sitting. So if you need to recross your other leg in front in order to give yourself a little bit of a break, go ahead. We're going to cross our fingers behind our backs now, bringing your shoulder blades together. Take a deep breath, lifting your heart as much as you can, and as you exhale, you're going to take your heart forward and just release your head a little bit. Inhale, coming back to the center. Exhale, dropping your head over towards the right knee. Inhale, coming back. Exhale, dropping into the center. Inhaling, and this time going over towards the left knee. So there's no need to force anything. Just do it nice and easy. Your body will begin to get used to it little by little. As you go over to one knee, try not to lift the other hip off the ground. Keep both sits bones on the ground. Stimulating the kidneys and the liver here. One more time in each direction. And finishing in the center, sustaining the air in, bringing the shoulder blades together, opening your heart. And when you're ready, exhale and release the arms. Drop the tailbone. Release any thoughts in your head and just listen. Well done. When you're ready, you can extend your legs finally. Let's take them directly to the side today. So if you need to, bring them in slightly. Don't take your legs as far apart as possible. Take them a little less than what your maximum is. And we're going to just shake out the knees. And then roll your knees forward, back, forward, back, forward, back to just release a little bit in your hips. Good. Inhaling, lengthening up. Exhaling, releasing over to the right leg without forcing anything. Just a really slow, easy release. Inhaling in the center. And exhaling, releasing a little bit over to the other leg. Your body will get used to it because we're going to repeat many times. So don't force anything. Inhaling in the center and releasing to the sides. Inhaling Sat. Exhaling Nam. So we're going to begin to extend the opposite arm, right now the left arm, up to the sky, directly up to the sky. Inhaling in the center. And extending the right arm directly up to the sky. See if you can direct your heart as well up towards the sky. So that you're doing a little bit of a twist. You can open your gaze up to the hand. And now we're going to take the head alongside of our ear, let's say, and look in front of our arm. Rather than looking behind the arm, we're looking in front of it, almost at our armpit. Inhale, coming up. And exhale, arm alongside your ear, looking in front of your arm. Which means you really have to direct your heart up towards the sky. And we're going to stay to the right this time. Take a deep breath here. And as you exhale, open that left hand backwards and down to the ground. Inhale, take your left hand in front and come back up. Exhale, opening yourself to the back. Inhale, lengthening to the front. Remember not to force the movement. One last big circle. And the next time that your arm opens, it's going to open you back to the center. And just notice for a second the difference between the two sides of your body. And when you're ready, exhale and drop to the left side, lengthening your right arm over to the left. Take a deep breath here. And as you exhale, open your right hand behind you, dropping it down. Inhale, lengthening it in front of you. Exhale, opening. Inhale, lengthening. Make sure that you have your right hip on the ground, your right sit bone. is still connected to the floor. One last big circle. And the next time your right arm opens, it brings you back to the center. All right, so it's very important right now that you have your spine lengthened. It's even harder in this position than it was cross-legged to keep the spine lengthened. So if you maybe had one pillow when you were seated cross-legged, you might need two pillows now. Bring yourself up as much as you need to in order to have a straight back, because we're going to twist again around our axis. So we need to have a nice long axis to be able to do so. We're going to take our arms straight in front of us, cross the lower three fingers. Oh, no, we're not crossing our fingers. Sorry, we're going to move our hands. So no crossing of fingers, just extend your arms in front of you. And we're going to drop our left hand down our right arm until our right arm slightly opens behind us. And then we're going to come back along the arm to the center. Drop your right hand along the left arm and come back to the center. So you never lose contact with your body. Your hand never lifts off of your body. You're always touching the arm at all times. And when you have the movement down, you can begin to make it a little faster and find the rhythm that works for you without forcing anything. It's a really soft movement, inhaling to the left, exhaling to the right. Sat, Nam. Sat, Nam. We're stimulating the heart chakra, going all the way along the heart meridian here, but you don't want to strain any inner arm ligaments, so don't do anything forceful. Just make it a nice, easy movement. A nice, easy rhythm for you. And you will notice stimulation going down the inner arm. Notice the difference between stimulation and acute pain. If you feel acute pain, don't do it. If you just feel stimulated, then that's good. It's fine. We're going to open our eyes and focus on something on one side, focus on something on the other. Ten more. 10, 9. Keep breathing. Last one. And we're going to finish in the center. Extend our arms to hug our head and sustain. And when it's been enough for you, exhale and completely release everything. Release your head. Exhale, release the mouth and the tongue and the jaw. Exhale, release your shoulders, your shoulder blades and your arms. Exhale, relax your stomach. Relax your hips, relax your inner thighs. Release any thoughts. One last deep breath here. And slowly walking yourself back up. So you can use your hands underneath your knees to help you bring your knees together. Oh, and we're going to keep our feet separated pretty much on the edges of our mats. Take your hands behind you and do the opposite for a second. Internal rotation. Just allow yourself to drop in. And we'll do what I call windshield wipers, dropping down with one knee and then dropping down with the other. Last ones. And go ahead and slowly bring yourself to the table pose. So I'll go to the side so you can see me better. We'll do a couple regular cat-cows first just to warm up our hips because we've been sitting for a really long time. So inhale, lift the tail and lift the head. Exhale, drop your tail and drop your head. Lift the belly button. Inhale, relaxed cow. Exhale, scared cat. See if you inhale, if you can take your shoulder blades towards each other without bending your elbows. And then exhale, press into the ground and take your shoulder blades away from each other. Last one. And we're going to remain with our belly button lifted. So we keep our belly button lifted. That way we have lots of space here because we're going to take our knees and we're going to cross them one in front of the other. Crossing. I think we did this last week too. So another try. Lifting the knee up and bringing the foot to the other side all the way till you get to the front of your mat. And once you've gotten to the front of your mat, we're going to get out all of our frustrations doing the lion pose. So you're going to inhale, take a deep breath, bring all of your energy to the tip of your nose, and as you exhale, you're going to open your eyes, open your mouth, stick your tongue out, and get out all of your frustrations. Ready? Inhale, going in. And exhale. You might be at home alone, so you might be able to do this as loud as you want. Take advantage. Even if you do have people in your house, maybe that's okay. Go ahead and get it out. One more time. Inhale, bringing everything to the tip of the nose. And exhale. Bravo. And now we're going to walk backwards. So it's a little easier, but the coordination is harder. You lift the front knee. Take it to the back and cross your knee behind the other knee. That way you can lift the front knee again, take it behind, and cross it onto the other side. So you're just going to go back a little ways in your mat, maybe until you're about halfway along your mat, until your right knee is on top. So once you have your right knee on top, you're going to separate your feet to the sides. And if possible, you're going to sit in between your 2 feet. If this is impossible for you, then get a bunch of pillows and sit a bunch of pillows between your feet so that you're sitting up a lot higher. If that's still too hard for you, then you can just cross your legs because that might be enough of a hip stretch for you. So if this is possible for you, go ahead and take each of your gluteus out from underneath you and see if you can feel your sits bones, both sits bones on the ground. You want to especially drop that right sit bone down into the ground as well. So you're feeling nice and centered here. We're going to lengthen our left arm up to the sky, bend the left elbow and take our right hand over to the elbow and just take your left elbow a little bit closer to the center and a little bit behind you. Release completely this left hand behind you. And then you're going to take your right arm all the way around, bring your right hand up in the back, and you may reach your fingertips. If not, you can grab a hold of your shirt. Whatever you have there to grab a hold of is fine. And we're just going to make sure that our head isn't stuck by moving it around and make sure that it's relaxed here. Take a deep breath, lift your heart as much as you can. And as you exhale, you're going to curve your forehead towards your right knee. Go in to yourself. This will expand your back. Breathe into your back. Take one last deep breath here. And inhale, coming back up. Exhale, releasing your arms and moving them around a little bit. Good. So we're going to take our hands over to the left side. Step our right foot onto the ground. Without moving your feet, just lift your hips off the ground and keep walking your hands to the left until you're looking in between your feet. So your feet don't move, they just swivel. And you should see me between your legs now. Hello. Inhale, bending your knees and releasing your upper body. Exhale, straightening your legs. I'll just go to the side so you can see me. Inhale, bending and releasing. Exhale, straightening. One last time. Inhale, bending, releasing. Exhale, straightening. So here we are. We're going to keep walking our hands over to the left until our hands are on the outside of our left foot. We're going to twist our feet a little bit and bend our back knee, which is our right knee, to the ground. So we have our right knee on the ground. We're going to keep walking our hands forward now. And we're going to sit back onto the ground or onto our pillows, and we should be on the other side. If you are not on the other side, that's okay. You're just going to resituate yourself and put your left knee on top of your right knee this time. Each side is different. You may need more pillows or less pillows on this side, so just see how it feels. Make sure that you're sitting equally on both sides. You've got both sits bones dropping into the ground. Release down into the ground. And when you're ready, you can lengthen your right arm up to the sky, bending the right elbow. Take your hand behind you. And your left hand is going to hold the right elbow and just bring it a little bit towards the center and a little bit behind you. Keep that right hand completely released. And then you're going to take your left arm all the way around and down. Come up in the back and see what you see. Feel what you feel. It's going to be different than the other side, either harder or easier. That's normal. See if you can move your head around here and that it's not stuck. And take a deep breath, lifting your heart. And as you exhale, go ahead and round yourself forward. Bringing your forehead towards your left knee. And breathe into your back. One last deep breath. Inhale, coming back up. And exhale, releasing your arms. Oh, bravo. This time we're going to take our hands over to the right side. Step with our left foot on the ground. Keeping our feet where they are, just lift the hips. Walk your hands towards the back until you're looking between your legs. And we're going to cross our fingers behind our backs this time. Lengthen our arms. Inhale, bending your knees, releasing your upper body. Exhale, straightening your legs. Inhale, bending. Exhale, straightening. One last time, bending, releasing as much as you can. Straightening. Go ahead and take your hands to your lower back. Drop down the sides of your legs. Slightly bend your knees and roll yourself up. Nice and slowly with a rounded back. Taking your time. And when you come up, just close your eyes and notice what there is. Alrighty, you can begin a little bit of a shake in your knees, and you can even start jumping a little bit. And we're going to jump around in circles a little bit. One direction, jump around in circles, the other direction. Woo! If you can jump. If you can't jump, then just kind of bob around. And we're going to come to our center here, looking straight forward, and do a couple good mornings for those of you who it's morning for. And if not, well, good afternoons. Inhale, bringing your arms up. And exhale, opening to the back. Good morning. Inhale, opening your mouth to provoke a yawn. Exhale, yawning as much as you can. Inhale, coming up. Let anything out that you want. Another time. And this time we're going to hold the breath in, hugging our heads and lifting the bandhas. Perineum, belly button, and chin. When it's been enough, exhale all the air out of your body and do the same thing without air. Perineum, belly button, chin. When it's been enough, release everything. And we're going to begin to release our knees with really tiny movement in the knees. So I'm not lifting my heels. My heels are staying on the ground and I'm just dropping down, 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 down. Getting heavier and heavier. And begin by releasing your neck so that your head can wobble around. Release your chest. Release the stomach. Release your gluteus muscles. And go ahead and try different frequencies. Try a quicker frequency to see what that releases. Try a slower frequency to see what that releases. Play around a little bit with the speed that you're doing this. And if you can, let your voice go. One last deep breath. And inhale, shoulders to your ears. Exhale and release. One more time. And release. Good. So now we're going to release the weight in our heels. We're going to slightly lift our heels 6 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Boom. On the 7th, we're going to drop our heels into the ground with our knees slightly bent and released. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Boom. Make sure that your knees are slightly bent so that they're like shock absorbers for you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Boom. One last time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Boom. Feel the weight of your body dropping down. And we're just going to take our weight over to one leg and take our weight over to the other leg. I have my knees slightly bent. I'm dropping down into the leg that has the weight and I'm spreading my toes out. So as you take your weight over your right leg, go ahead and try lifting your left foot to your right ankle. And we're just going to really slowly straighten and bend our right knee. Trying to keep it aligned with the center of our foot. And just notice where the movement is. There's going to be a lot of movement in your ankle, movement in your knee, possibly in your hips. And last time. And stay with the knee bent, drop that left foot to the ground and take a couple of times to shift back and forth. Breathe and relax. And when you want to, you can stay over your left leg I still have my knees bent. Take your right foot right next to the left ankle and just really slowly straighten and bend. Keeping your knee in the center of your foot. There's pressure in your big toe and in your baby toe. There's weight in your heels and in the balls of your feet. One last time. Nice. And we're going to keep our feet slightly separated. Inhale, lengthen your arms up to the sky. And exhale, fold yourself over. I'm going to turn to the side so you can see me. Inhale, lengthening your head forward. Exhale, releasing. Inhale, taking your shoulders away from your ears. Exhale, letting your shoulders release toward your ears. Inhale, straightening as much as you can your legs. Exhale, letting your knees release. One last time. Inhale, lengthening. And this time as you exhale, you're going to let your knees release. And you're going to take a big step back with your right foot. We're going to keep ourselves in kind of a standing pose today, so keep your knee off the ground. And we're going to turn our right foot out and place the entire foot on the ground. Even your baby toe is on the ground. And we're going to slowly bring our upper body up. And we're going to extend our arms in the first warrior pose, so you are pretty much facing forward. Sometimes it helps to take your back heel a little further away from you so that your hips have an easier time facing forward. Inhale, lifting, sat. Exhale, dropping down, nam. Inhale, lifting the liquids in the front body. Exhale, releasing the tailbone. One last breath here. We're going to open our arms to the back and cross our fingers behind our back and slowly take our hearts forward to the other side of our left knee. You can rest your torso on your thigh. Slowly release your head to look back at your back knee, at your back foot, your right foot. And just lengthen your arms away. Take your shoulders away from your ears. Feel a nice long neck. Your head's released. One last deep breath here. And inhale, lengthen your head forward to slowly come up. Exhale, separating your hands and dropping them to the sides of your foot. Lift that back heel. Both hands on the ground and take a big step back with your left foot. Straight line here. If you can't do this, then you can always do it with your knees on the ground and still create a straight line with your knees on the ground. So either your knees are on the ground or off the ground. 5 deep breaths. Drop your hips, lift your belly button. One last deep breath. And go ahead and relax in a ball. Drop your knees. Release your hips back to your heels. Drop the weight of your head into the ground. You can wag your tail if you want to. Do whatever you want with the arms for now. Just take a moment to release the weight of your body as much as you can. So we're going to lift our heads, cross our fingers, and you don't want your elbows too far apart from each other. You're creating an isometric triangle, basically. Go ahead and drop your forehead to the ground, and as you lift your hips, you're going to roll to the top of your head. Take your knees directly underneath your hips, and we're going to practice lifting our shoulders up to our ears and taking our head off the ground, and then taking our shoulders away from our ears and allowing the head to drop back down into the ground. So you're not doing any activation of your neck muscles at all. Your neck is relaxed, your head is relaxed. You're just activating really your shoulders and your shoulder blades. So you may feel like it's your shoulders lifting, you may feel like it's your elbows pressing down into the ground. but that action is what's lifting and lowering your head. So go ahead and see if it's possible for you to take the head off the ground and put it back down by using your shoulders and by keeping the head completely heavy and relaxed. One last time. And with your head off the ground, shift your hands to the ground, back to the table pose. Good. We're going to go ahead and come forward as you take your shoulders away from your ears and lift your belly button up to your spine. Take your head as far forward as you can until your elbows have no choice but to bend by the sides of your body, and then bring yourself back up. If it's impossible for you to do this with your pelvis lifted, you can always drop your pelvis, then drop your chest, come up slightly with your chest first, then lift your pelvis. If you have enough arm strength, then you can do this without touching the ground with your pelvis. Breathing out as you exhale, coming forward. Breathing in as you go back. Let's just do 2 more. Exhale, coming forward. Inhale, going back. Spreading all 10 fingers. And this time we're going to stay forward and we're going to go ahead and release completely. Take your arms to the sides. Exhale and relax the weight of your body into the ground. Relax your stomach. Let go of any thoughts that you have so you can just observe. And then as we exhale, we're just going to lift the belly button off the ground. And as you lift your belly button, you're going to open the curve of the back. Inhale and release and allow the curve of the back again. Exhale, lifting the belly button. And inhale, releasing. So the next time you exhale and lift your belly button, go ahead and keep the belly button lifted as you continue to breathe. You're going to feel your pubic bone dropping into the ground, your tailbone dropping down between your gluteus muscles, which are relaxed completely. Let's cross our fingers behind our backs and roll our shoulders down and back. Keep pressing into the ground with your pubic bone. Keep lifting the belly button off the ground. And when you're ready, extend your heart forward and lengthen your arms, bringing your shoulder blades together. So the hardest part of this is to not grip with your gluteus muscles. See if you can just completely relax your gluteus muscles. They're really not doing much for you. The difference between gripping and releasing isn't very much. So just relax them. See if you can activate your belly button by using your abdominal muscles and lifting the belly button off the ground. One last deep breath here. And go ahead and take your hands under your shoulders and come back to the table pose. Tuck your toes under, and we're going to do a really mobile downward dog. So you're going to go into a downward dog with bent knees and allow your hips to move around from side to side. Lift one hip, lift the other hip. Allow yourself to look under one arm. Allow yourself to look under the other arm. Bring yourself closer to your knees. Bring yourself further away. Move your head around. Move your shoulders around. Notice if there's anything that hasn't moved yet, and move it if you can. And then we're going to take a big step forward with our right foot. And we're going to open the back foot, the left foot, the toes to the side, drop the baby toe to the ground, to come back up on the other side to the warrior pose. Take that back heel further away from you if it helps you. Square your hips a little bit more. Let's lengthen our arms up to the sky. Inhale, lifting. Sat. Exhale, dropping down. Nam. Active and released at the same time. One last breath here. And go ahead and open your arms to the back and cross the other fingers on top. If you normally cross your fingers like this, then you're going to switch and cross the other fingers on top. Take a deep breath, lifting your heart here. And as you exhale, extend your heart over to the other side of your right knee. You can rest your torso on your thigh if you want. Slowly release your head and look towards the back foot. And lengthen your arms away from you. You don't have to necessarily lift them. It's more lengthening them away. Taking your shoulders away from your ears and feeling like you have a really long neck and a really heavy head. One last deep breath here. And lengthening your head to come back up. Separating the arms, coming to either side of your foot. Lift that back heel. Slightly bend your back knee to bring your feet together. And just release yourself here. Release your head completely. Release your mouth and your tongue. Allow your shoulders to release up to your ears. Exhale and relax your stomach. Exhale and release your thoughts. One last deep breath here. And we're going to inhale and fly up. Exhale, hands in front of your heart, and just close your eyes and observe. Observe whatever is. Stay here for as long as you'd like, and when you're ready, you're going to come to sitting, and we're going to do a sitting meditation before we lay down today. So make sure that you're comfortable. And this is a meditation for Satnam as well. It's another aspect of Satnam. So what we're going to do is the different finger mudras that you've often seen in yoga. When you see somebody who has their thumb connected to their first finger, this is to stimulate sa, which is wisdom. The second finger is ta, patience. The third finger is na, energy. And the fourth baby finger, ma, communication. So we're just stimulating these as we say sa, ta, na, ma. We're going to say these for a minute with a regular voice, and we're going to send it out to wherever we think these are needed, wherever wisdom, patience, energy, and communication are needed. You can send it to specific people, or you can just send it out in general. And then we're going to do a minute whispering it, and that's going to be to send it to each other, those of us who are practicing it together. Even if you don't know any of the people that you're practicing with, you're just sending it to them. And then we're going to do a minute in silence where we send all of these things to ourselves, another minute whispering, and another minute with a regular voice. So it's kind of about a 5-minute meditation. Take a deep breath. Sa, ta, na, ma. 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 sa, ta, na, ma, 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 sa, ta. Last time. Sa, ta, na, ma. And go ahead and keep your thumb stimulating the finger that you feel you most need right now, whether it's wisdom, patience, energy, or communication, and take 3 deep breaths there. And when you're ready, you can go ahead and lay yourself down. If you want to cover yourself up or put on more warm clothes before you lay down, go for it. And just completely release your body. Palms facing the sky. You can drop your shoulders down and back. Release your chin to lengthen the back of the neck. Just slightly spread the legs. Allow them to fall open. And we're going to begin just by observing the energy within the body. Notice the frequency of the energy that's inside of your body right now. Notice how it's moving. Its density. And then you're going to expand to notice the energy that's surrounding your body, your electromagnetic field. Feel how far away your energy expands around your body, and notice what frequency that energy has, how dense it is, how does it move. If you want to visualize a color, you can. Even if you're just feeling how far the heat emanates from your physical body, that's enough. And then see if you can take your attention to the energy in the room that you're in right now and just notice what the energy is in the room. What texture does it have? How dense is it? What frequency does it have? Go past this room. Notice the energy that's in your home. The energy of your neighborhood. The energy in your corner of the world. What is the energy like right now in this planet? In the atmosphere of this planet, the planet's electromagnetic field? energy in this solar system, its density, its frequency, the energy of this galaxy. Just keep expanding and expanding as much as you possibly can. The energy in our universe, the energy of infinity. And when you've gone as far as you can, which is Sat, then start coming back in. Coming back into your universe, to your galaxy, to your solar system. Coming back to this planet. To your corner of the planet. To your neighborhood. Back to your home. Back to this room. Back to your body. And the same trip you can make within your body, going deeper and deeper inside. And just keep going in and in and in as far as you possibly can, which is Nam. Once you've connected as far inwards as possible, just begin breathing. Inhaling Sat, exhaling Nam. Going in and out. And you can stay laying down in Savasana for as long as you'd like. If you want to slowly transition yourself to sitting, we're just going to finish today by singing Sat Nam, which is, again, this kind of yin-yang dynamic. So Sat is as loud and as powerful as you can sing until you have one drop of air left, and that last drop of air is Nam at the very end. So we're going to take 3 deep breaths and sing Sat Nam 3 times. And breathing in to sing. Inhale, holding the breath in, bringing in the perineum, the belly button, the chin, all of your bandhas, lifting the energy up, staying for as long as you like. And when it's been enough for you, you can exhale all of the energy out and again lift without air in your body. Satnam, which is a little bit like Namaste. It's just honoring the true self of each person. Thank you.